By the pledge. Father God, we turn to you this morning. We thank you for the blessings you've shared with us until now. We're thankful for this Christmas season. We can celebrate your birth, and we pray that that might be the reason for the season, that we can hold this dear to our heart. We're thankful for those that protect our county, those that wear a badge and uniform. We pray for their safety. And the world over, we pray for peace, and may be in everyone's heart. We just pray you just go with us further on. Ask in Christ's name.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Our first thing would be the minutes. They were sent via email. Any corrections? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
To approve.
Second. Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
3-0. This period, we have payroll number 26 for calendar year 2015, totaling $209,636.64. Total of 328 claims for the period, totaling $628,107.24.
Motion to approve.
Motion and second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Monty, you are up.
Good morning, everybody. We have 82 inmates and 10 are DOC. That's all I have.
Thank you.
I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Same
Merry
to you.
Christmas.
Thanks, same to you.
Hey, it's the last meeting of the year. Let's not last long.
Ed and Tobe, you're
I
up.
don't go that fast. You want to bet? Fire me right now. Yeah. Toby. You're out of the club.
Oh, thank you.
I don't have a whole lot, but I
Hi, Ed. How are you?
First thing I have is the stone bids we took 2 weeks ago. My recommendation is we accept all the 4 companies for the stone bids.
Motion to approve the recommendation.
Second.
motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Approval.
Yes,
Approval.
all 4. Just an update on the project on the South County line. We did get everything done on that, which was unusual to have stuff like in December to be able to do dirt work, and we got all the hoe jobs done, got all the base done, so it's done. Your second sheet is just a summary sheet that put together of the projects that we did this year out of the highway fund, bridges, and then also the ones that came out of CEDAT. So there's actually 26 projects on that list. We did end up doing 25. The only one that did not get done was the one over there on the Adams-Wells County line, and that's a surveyor project over there. And last time we talked to them, ASCS was getting involved in it somehow, so probably be a spring project.
Is that just south of 124?
Yes, yeah, just south of 124. So the pipe is paid for. It's still setting up at St. Regis in Michigan. It's just we're just waiting for the project to go, and then they'll deliver it down and stuff like that. So that is paid for. So down at the bottom is just a summary of what we paid out of bridges, what we paid out of CEDAT, and the total we paid for all the projects. Some of the stuff out of CEDAT was extra stuff that we did that we had, what's his name, Ron Brown doing. The work we did down there for the log jams on 600 West. the concrete that we hauled up around the bridges up in Union Township and stuff like that. So that's why that figure's higher than the project
Is it
figure.
okay if I just announce that so that people
Yeah,
know?
sure.
We had
That's public inf-
173,000 out of the highway for bridges, and out of CEDAT we spent 565,000
For a
for
total of
bridges, for a
seven.
total of $138,000 for bridges this year.
So
We're trying to make a difference.
So it's just interesting to look at what we sort of estimated the projects at and what the actual costs were, and if we're up above a little bit or below a little bit. But all in all, we were pretty close and stuff like that. So
And you're only $8,000 difference.
Yes,
on
yeah.
$490-some thousand. So
right. So yeah, we were sort of pretty close in that. If you have any questions on that, you can call me or whatever. So just another thing, we do have a highway department dinner every year. It's the 23rd at Corner Depot, and you're all three are invited to that if you can attend. So, and just some of the other stuff. We're still cutting brush around a lot of the bridges. Me and Toby actually went and looked at some stuff that my foremans have found at some of the bridges and stuff. So, and we've done a little bit of work around some of them. So, still running the brush mower. Got down in Lancaster, working in Rock Creek Township. Still got a few backhoe notes I'm trying to get cleaned up before winter. A couple holes pretty close to the edge of the road and stuff. So, that's all I have.
In front of you, I have a utility permit from Frontier. It's for 11,335 north, 750 east. Everything looks to be in order. They usually do a pretty good job, nice and tight. So I would look for your approval on this matter.
Motion to approve.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
3-0.
Thank you.
Oops.
There you go. Next on my list, I gave you 2016 small structure replacement. It's not going to be as aggressive as last year. So this is the list that Ed and I have put together. There's actually one shy of it. We found when Ed and I were out looking the other day, last week. So there's going to be another structure put on here. This is a preliminary. What we're thinking of size and working with Jared, most of the structures we have the size, what we want to do. We're still thinking on, the next one down, Chester 1564. What is the best fit? Don't know if it's if it should be a concrete box back in there. Depending on the traffic, should we put a metal? It all depends on the type of covers on top of these structures. So instead of just running and this is what we're going to do, we have plenty of time to kind of sit back and take a look at it and go out for some quotes, maybe for some concrete box to see the difference between the two. And I think there's one of these structures, Jared had mentioned that the farmer did some retiling and some grading of existing swale that actually not as much water goes through a certain structure. And do we really need that size of structure anymore? Or do we even need the structure anymore? So, if we can get rid of, a $20,000 structure, hey, that's just great. So, we're just not going to put the whip to it and get her going. So, this is in correlation to the map that I gave you probably some time back. So, if you want to know the more exactly locations, that's where it's at. And again, these are only estimates. What Ed and I, from the asphalt that we've done, some are 8,000, some are 10,000. It depends on how close it is to an intersection. That's kind of a rule of thumb, increasing asphalt. Time and material is basically if we have a local contractor and the stone to backfill the material or the pipe with. None of this cost includes any type of trucking fees, driver fees, or anything like that. That's just part of county doing business. So that cost is never associated with it.
Are these listed in the order of importance, or just
Nope.
these are?
Nope. I just
total-
started down at Jackson Township, went from left to right.
Worked your way up.
Yep, that's how I did. So, like you can see the second one, Jackson 316. It's still on the list, even though it says 2017. We're going to try to get it around. So, if we have extra funds available for 2016, yeah, we can do it. But at this time, it's not critical. It's not that bad. Can it wait? Yes, it can. Most of these we would like to do in 2016. And if you don't see a cost on here for asphalt, because it's on a stone road. That's the reason why. But I left some other notes. If you go to the third page, the last one at the bottom, that's Lancaster 664. That's right out there by the golf course, and right now there's like could be 12 to 13, 14 foot of fill on it. So if we can slip line it versus replace it, road's got to be closed, settle. There's just a lot of issues. So we're having somebody else look at that. So that's that kind of. And if the structure could actually probably wait till 2017, depending on budget and what we want to do, information that we get back. So. And then there's a couple kind of maybe towards the back where there's actually a concrete inlet right against to it. How we cut it off, because the structure, we want to increase it, but you can't increase the existing concrete box inlet. So how do you get that all to look and function right? I don't have that magic answer right now, so I'm scratching my head and waiting. Mm-hmm. What is it? What is it going to cost? What's the best fix? So that's the reason why I have some of those notes.
Thank you.
So it's probably wait till the beginning of the year. When I called my supplier for concrete boxes over in Ohio, he says, "Hey, can you wait till 2016? Then I can give you," because a lot of them are vacation, they're shut down, and I'm just not going to get any answers anyways till 2016. So why even ask? As that indicated, Bridge 68, which is on Meridian Road, just south of 300, Hoosier Pride, Ron Brown, he got that completed this last a couple weeks, and everything looks good. And what he's done for the county, I don't think we've got the final bill on.
We don't have the bill for that one yet.
But that was all done by like a bid process, so it's pretty well set in place. So there should be no hiccups or isolations on that. And I apologize, I haven't done anything with the noise ordinance. I've just been occupied with other things, so
It's okay. Thank you.
I apologize for that. Ed and I are looking at bridge number 79 right now. There's just a couple issues on that, but nothing earth-shattering or anything like that.
Okay. Perfect.
So when 16 rolls around, probably bring for bridge projects, got some bigger concrete boxes again, by doing the same thing again. The most we'll probably be doing is probably 3, I do believe. They'll all be in Nottingham and, yeah, I think those 3 are all in that location. And some of these are not critical structures. They're just maybe a little undersized. So, funding's not there. We can always pull the reins back and just let her sit and go.
We got a quick question. I know we've set up like an ADA plan. Every year we do something. I don't know. Did we get something accomplished this year, or is it
Nope.
something we
No, we did
can
not.
encumber to do next year?
Yeah, I had a brief discussion with Blake. There's a gentleman, Corey Staley, with our company, probably at the beginning of the year. We're going to look at Liberty Center. And actually, Ed and I, we kind of drove through real quick. Hey, this and this. So we've kind of got some ground.
So we can use funding. I mean, it counts if we
Yes.
plan it
Yes.
this year for next year.
Yes.
Good.
Great.
Perfect.
And so something maybe in the spring we can go out for some quotes and
That's
get
fine.
that started. There's not a lot of sidewalks that we want to. There's just a few as you recall, we want to replace any of the sidewalks that are existing that are maybe sunken or uneven. If there's no sidewalk there, that's kind of low on the totem pole. So that's how we're kind of going after that. And if you hear of any a resident says, "Hey, I need new sidewalk," just let us know and we'll put it on the list. And I'm thinking between 10 and 20,000.
10,000.
Right.
10,000.
Yeah.
So if you go out for some quotes, you can do a lot of work out there for that amount. It all depends on complexity and what they got to do, but try to do as much as we can.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Toby.
Merry Christmas to you.
Same to you.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Ed.
Yep.
Northie. Great.
What do you have next, Beth?
Just the other business is the only other things I have.
Do the agreement for the city, get that done out of the way, and then we can. Is it all three signatures or just one signature?
Yep, it's all three.
We received notice of the lease with the city of Bluffton to use the room upstairs for a permit, and this is the agreement that allows the city to use it. That we have a clause that we can vacate the lease within, I think, 90 days. So I think this was approved at the last meeting, and we just needed to have it signed. You said you needed how many copies?
Roy had a list of 6 people that need to have those. So do you want to get them to the city because they'll have to sign them also, or you want me to get them to the city?
It doesn't have, I
can give them to Melanie if you want me to.
Okay, that'd be great, but I need a copy because there's only 6 there. So let me make a copy before you take off.
Okay, I should have given you 6.
You did, but if you want 6, I need at least
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah, there were 6 copies there. You got another one?
I do.
Okay, now we have 7. Now I'll take that one. Thank you. That's all I needed one. And if we can do that, a motion to approve that agreement. I think it was in that we would approve it, but since we have the agreement, if someone wants to make the motion to approve this agreement.
Okay. Entertain a motion to accept this agreement.
Motion to accept and sign today.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0.
And I just need one of those back. That's right.
That's it.
Back that direction.
Actually, I'll probably need all of them because I have to test them.
I just created. Yep.
And the last thing I have is the APC appointment.
That's the only one? Okay. We had 2. Do I stand corrected? 4.
4.
4.
2 apply and 2 existing, and I think all 4 Chimroar, Masterson, Todd Fichter,
Ryan
and
Chrismore.
Ryan Chrismore were the 4 that applied for positions. So let's have a discussion. Or do you have a motion? Or
Well, I've looked through these, and over the years, I think it's become clear through the process over time that I think myself personally, I would like to change it up a little bit and get the makeup of the board give it a little more diversity if possible. And at this time, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to accept Tim Rohr to the position and Todd Fichter for area plan.
Second.
You're okay with that? Comments, discussion?
I think that's a great idea.
I kind of agree. Just get some young blood and a little bit different views, and I would be okay with that. So we've got a motion and a second. Vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0 on those two.
Also, Mr. President, what I would like to bring up, I know, Todd, you're in the audience, it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, we can make an appointment to the BZA?
Or is that under?
Yes, the board is, this year, or every year basically, the commissioners make an appointment to the BZA that has to be a citizen member, a non-elected person that's already a member of the board.
Okay,
And
Todd.
traditionally, you've always appointed somebody that you have appointed to be on the planning.
That's what I
commission.
thought. Todd, would you be willing to serve on the BZA?
Is that a meeting every month also?
Yes,
It is.
yes, fourth Tuesday.
And how long of an appointment is that? Just 1 year?
We go yearly.
Yeah, I'll accept it this year.
Great, thank you.
Thank
I would
you.
make a motion to appoint Todd Fichter to the BZA.
I'd second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm okay with that also. 3-0.
One more item to clean this all up. Also, in the past, we've had an alternate to serve on area plan.
Yes, yeah.
And I would like to, since Ryan Chrismore has shown that he would be willing to serve, I would like to make a motion to appoint him to the alternate. If he would accept that, if you would check on that for us, I would make that motion as an alternate
To what? To the
to area plan.
To area plan.
Mm-hmm.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0.
And having still had the floor, we appreciate everything that Keith Masterson has done over the years and everyone that's been a part of this, and thank them for their service.
It's tough to find qualified, and people have that desire and willingness to step forward and fill a position. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
And thank you, Todd.
And thank you, Mike.
Okay. Beth, anything else you have?
Nope.
I have nothing.
Nothing? Audience?
Quiet.
Merry
bunch.
Christmas to everybody.
I was. Okay. Appreciate this board. We've got 1 year down, and it's been pretty much a pleasure to do everything. It's just been really good to work with, and I appreciate them.
We appreciate you. I know
right.
that you do a lot of extra work as president and don't get paid any extra for it, so many thanks.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Everything is